Determine if the function f of x equals 5 cotangent of x has symmetry about the y-axis, also known as even symmetry, or symmetry about the origin, also known as odd symmetry, or neither. F of x equals 5 cotangent of x can be put into sines and cosines. Cotangent is cosine over sine. The 5 is in the numerator, and we'll end up with the cosine. It is made up of a cosine in the numerator, which has even symmetry, divided by a sine in the denominator, which has odd symmetry. Even divided by odd will have odd symmetry. Therefore, this is expected to have origin odd symmetry. What we're going to do is calculate f of negative x. If we find f of negative x to be exactly equal to f of x, this will have y-axis even symmetry. If we find f of negative x to be exactly the negative of f of x, this will have origin odd symmetry. And if we find neither to be the case, it will have neither symmetry. F of negative x means to plug in negative x in for each of the x's. That will give 5 times the cosine of negative x divided by the sine of negative x. The cosine of negative x equals the positive cosine of x. The sine of negative x equals the negative of the sine of positive x. So f of negative x equals 2. 5 times the cosine of negative x is the cosine of positive x, divided by the sine of negative x is the negative sine of positive x. Comparing this to the original, the numerator has exactly the same sign, and the denominator has exactly the opposite sign. Therefore, a negative can be factored out. It is going to come from the denominator here, and it'll be in front. The numerator will remain as 5 cosine of x, and the denominator will now become a positive sine of x. And comparing that to the original, that is exactly f of x in the parentheses with a negative in front of it. So this equals negative f of x, which is the exact condition needed to have origin odd symmetry.